Hi everyone, welcome to our resourceful home. Today I will be making tomato juice and canning using the water bath method. If you're interested in how I do this, I would love for you to follow along. But first, a disclaimer. I do this the way I was taught by my grandmother. I've been canning tomatoes and tomato juice for over 30 years. I've never lost a jar. It does not coincide with the USDA recommended guidelines for putting lemon juice in. I do not do that, but I will let you know when it is supposed to go in, and you can use your own best judgment. Okay, if you're following along, the first thing we need to do is wash all of these. I have them all washed now, and I took paper towels and just patted across them. I don't want that extra water in my juice. So, in the meantime, I am prepping some of my other things. I've placed my jars in the oven. I will preheat those at 200 degrees for at least 15 minutes. I have my seals and rings in a pot covered in water. I will bring that to a boil and keep those ready until I need them. Time to core the tomatoes and make sure you cut out any bad spots. You want to make sure you're working with good ripe tomatoes. Now take out the cores. Any bad spots, quarter them up. I have just a few in the bottom of the pan now. Go ahead and put them on the stove and start cooking them on a medium-high heat. Keep adding to the pot and crushing them as you go. Make sure to not let them stick. You can also use a potato masher. When the pan is full, continue cooking the tomatoes until all of them are really soft, at least 5 minutes. Then remove them from the heat and mash them very well with a potato masher or tool of your choice. When the tomatoes are all crushed up, I will start straining them. As you can see, I've already started straining and have some of my juice. Scoop it into a wire sieve and use a spatula to help run it through. I do mash, therefore I get a little bit stuck to the outside every now and then. Just scrape the outside of your strainer and continue on. Okay, there's all my tomato juice strained, put back on the stove. I've brought it back up to a boil, and there's a little foam that comes up on the top. I'm just going to skim that off. Now that I have the foam skimmed off, get a couple of jars from the oven. Add 1 teaspoon of salt for a quart, half teaspoon if you're canning pints. This is where the USDA also recommends adding 2 tablespoons of lemon juice or citric acid. I'm not sure the measurement on that. I do not do this, but please use your own judgment. Now I will fill these till the rim of the jar. That's about a ½ inch headspace. Wipe your rims and threads. Make sure there's nothing there. Get a hot lid and a hot ring. Only finger tighten. Next, I will go ahead and place these in the canner. I don't have them down in the water yet. Don't know if you can see that from here, but sitting above the water like that will keep them hot as I finish up my jars. I now have all my jars filled and in the canner. The lids and rings are covered with water. I will bring this to a boil for 35 minutes according to my altitude. If you live at a higher altitude, please check the guidelines. And there we have it, my tomato juice. Once I removed it from the canner, I placed it on the towel on my counter. I will leave it there and leave it alone for probably 12 to 24 hours, however long it takes for them to be completely cooled down and preferably sealed. Okay, it's been a good 12 plus hours. My jars are completely cooled down. and all of them are sealed. Now, it is recommended that before you store them, you remove the rings. I know some canners do this, some do not. That way, if your jar goes bad, it will be able to push this lid up and you will know on sight that that's a bad jar. Whereas if this ring is still here, it will keep that lid in place and you might not know it. So, use your own best judgment there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe learned something along the way. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Come and see us again soon. Have a wonderful day. May God bless you.